going on, Orlando No students? I am so excited that you guys decided to join us here on YouTube. This is our second week on YouTube. No more Facebook. I'm so excited. No more Facebook. I really did not like it at all. But we're finally here. This is our second week. So glad you joined us. We are so excited to be in your house, on your phone, on your tablet, wherever you are. You get to see my face. That makes me smile because I like when you get to see my face. But it makes me sad that I don't get to see your face. Not yet, anyway. So tonight we got some things planned for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. But before we get started, we are going to kick this off with a game. I don't know what the game is. Mia has come up with the game. Our last two games have been great, so I'm really hoping this one's going to be just as fun.
Okay.
Yep.
So, we're going to play a game that's also on Jimmy Fallon, and it's called Shouting Charades. So, what we're going to do, it's going to be just like charades, but you have to put your hands behind your back, and instead of acting out what the card says, we'll be describing it, but we have to say what we're doing. So, if we are, we'll say, if we're trying to describe a movie, we'll say, I'm making a film, I'm making it look like I'm making a film, or whatever. Something like that. So we'll see how it goes. Bethany, shout out to Bethany George, has put in some charade stuff for us, so I wasn't cheating. So, there we go. So, Hav and Duran, you guys will be on a team,
okay.
And then Deb and I will be on a team. So you guys can start, and we'll do 2 minutes.
Okay.
And the first one, we'll see where we're at with 2 minutes.
Oh, here we go.
Let me get my thing started. All right.
I'm nervous.
Yeah. Ready?
Yep.
Go.
So right now I'm throwing a ball in the air, and then with one hand and with the other hand I'm swiping down and hitting it.
Tennis.
There you go.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
All right, Deb.
Yes.
Okay, so I am pretending like I'm in a car.
Okay.
And I am pretending like I'm coming up to a
stop sign.
building.
Okay.
I'm moving my hands like it's like a square form.
Okay.
And I am reaching out and grabbing something that looks like a drink.
Oh, drive-through.
Yes. Okay. I'm
Drive-through window.
But it's at a place. I'm pretending like I'm blowing on the cup, so it's hot.
Oh.
A Starbucks drive-through window.
So I am, and so I'm pretending like I am talking to the person. So I am. Before I get my coffee, I am
Ordering at a drive-through Starbucks window.
Yes. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
That was really hard, Bethany.
Really hard. Okay. Let's see what do I have here. This is easy.
Oh, boo. Bethany.
Alright, so this is how I get to work every day.
You drive?
But what am I? Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, girl, you got 30 seconds. You can do it, and then we'll be tied.
Okay, I like to go outside, and I am holding a leash, and it's something
walking
that
a
is
dog?
an animal. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Well, we got 10 seconds.
Okay, I'm pretending like I'm on a computer, and then I'm pretending like I'm opening some sort of book.
Stop.
And I'm pointing.
Okay.
Oh,
come
All right, so we're tied. So you guys want to go one more round?
One more round.
Okay.
All right. We'll do another 2 minutes.
Okay.
All right, go.
Same one?
Yeah. you can
Okay,
do the same one.
so I am pointing to my face.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm pretending like I'm reading a book. All right, put that together.
Facebook.
Okay, but on there I am looking, and then what I'm doing is I'm looking like I'm taking a picture of myself, and then I'm going on a computer.
So, selfie?
Yes.
Post it on Facebook?
Yes, but
Facebook selfie?
I'm pretending like I'm changing my clothes now. So put that all those clues together.
Changing your picture on Facebook?
There it is.
Oh,
Nice one. Nice one.
All right. Okay, so I'm pretending like I'm holding up my phone, and
Okay.
I'm pretending like I'm talking to my phone, but I'm holding it out in front of my face. And I'm pretending like I'm talking to my phone and holding it up to my face.
You're talking on speaker. FaceTime.
FaceTime.
Oh, okay.
Good job. I was like, I don't know how else to describe it.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Really? Okay. So this is
You
a
got a
video
minute.
game.
Okay.
My-
Wait,
Boom.
you can't just, you have to describe what you're doing. You gotta do another one.
Oh my gosh.
I got it.
He got it.
Because you
It
said
was
this is a
working.
video game. You have to describe what you're doing.
Okay. Here we go. It's a Tuesday. I am in a car and I'm driving to this restaurant
Okay.
to order.
Is it Ruby Tuesdays?
It's a drive-through.
McDonald's.
It's about the same as McDonald's. They
Burger
make
King?
awful food. Nope. Keep going.
Wendy's.
No, because it's specifically on Tuesdays. You would probably go to this place.
Tijuana.
No, 'cause there's no drive-through for Tijuana.
Sometimes there are.
All right, you guys have
Tuesdays,
15
On
seconds.
Tuesdays.
Yes, they serve this particular food all the time. Everybody talks about it.
Describe like you're eating it.
Okay, well it's the shell. It's like
Taco Tuesday. Taco
yeah,
Bell.
there you go, perfect.
Oh no, we have 3 seconds.
The bowl. So
Okay, that's time.
Done.
oh.
Yep. All right.
Wow, Bill.
We won. Oh. So I wish I got a prize though. Is there a prize? Do I get something? No.
At least have the bowl.
Can I take the bowl home?
Take the bowl home.
Okay, I got the bowl. All right, so me and Hav won. That's the first time I ever played that game. That's another game that you can actually play at home while you're in quarantine. So remember the first game was with the headphones. I did not remember the name of the game. I just remember it was a lot of fun.
Whisper Challenge?
Yeah, the Whisper
Yeah.
Challenge. You can try that at home or this game as well. Something to do to pass the time. And as we're getting ready to worship, I just want to remind you, even though we are in quarantine, this is still a really great time to pause, to take a deep breath, and to think about all the things that God has done for us, even while we're in quarantine. I mean, it might not be fun, it might be frustrating, you might be bored, but at the end of the day, God is still good, and He has still blessed us with an amazing opportunity to see another day. So, wherever you're at, just take a moment and join us in worship as we worship together the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the one who gives us life.
Call me out upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail. And there I find you in change everything. Lives are healed and hope is found here and now. Jesus, you change everything, and chains they fall, and fear it bows here and now. Jesus, you change everything. Lives are healed and hope is found here and now. Jesus, you change everything. Oh, you change it all. Oh, show us. Show us your glory. Show us your glory. In wonder and surrender we fall down. Show us your glory. Show us your glory. Let every burning heart be holy ground. Show us your glory. Show us your glory. In wonder and surrender we fall down. Show us your glory. Show us your glory. Let every burning heart be holy ground.
What a great reminder. The glory of God can meet you right where you are. No matter where you are, if you're at home, if you're away from home, no matter where you're stuck or wherever you're quarantined, the glory of God knows no limitations, knows no bounds. It is not social distancing. It can meet you right where you are. And that's amazing that we serve a God that wants to be with us. Even in the middle of this mess, He desires to be with us. His glory can meet you right where you are. And that song is just a great reminder. As you're going throughout your day, no matter what you're doing or what you're facing or where you are or what the situation might look like, the glory of God can meet you there. Sometimes we need that. We need that. And there's nothing that can compare to the glory of God. Amen. So I thank you guys so much for joining us. As I told you earlier, or last week, I think it was earlier. Tell you where my brain is. I got quarantine brain. Last week, I told you that was the end of our series. So we're starting a new series today. It's called Social Faith. And we're going to be talking about how social media and your faith interacts. Because I think in this time it's extremely important that as Christians, we represent ourselves well on social media. Because there are temptations and things that we can do, say, and post that can literally destroy the rest of your life if you're not careful. So I thought it would be important that we talk about it. We're in quarantine. We're probably on social media way more than we were before quarantine happened. So right now is the best time to talk about it. And before I get into it, we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 12. But before I get to that, how many times have you seen an old tweet, an old post, an old picture come back to haunt somebody? Let's take Kevin Hart, for example. Back in 2018, he had the honor of hosting the Oscars, but he couldn't do it because people dug up an old tweet that he posted back in 2011, 9 years prior. So he lost that opportunity. But then you have the director by the name of James Gunn. Now, if you're a comic book fan, you know James Gunn. James Gunn was the director of what's the name of that movie? Oh my goodness, Guardians of the Galaxy. He did 1 and 2, and he was on set to do 3, but an old tweet back in 2010 caused him to be fired from the set in 2018. Stuff that they probably deleted, they never thought it'd come back to haunt them or find them, and there it is. It cost them literally millions of dollars. It cost them reputation. It cost them fans. Now, those are celebrities. Now, what about people that are not celebrities, people that are not famous? Well, just last week, there were students that posted a TikTok video in Georgia. Now, they posted the video. They thought it was all good and fun. But once it got back to their school, they ended up being expelled from school. Not only that, the guy that was in the video lost his job. It was his dream job. He lost his job. The lady that was in the video, they started contacting the college that she was accepted to, and they rescinded her invitation. So that means that she can no longer attend that college. From a 60-second TikTok video, it changed their life forever. So this is something that's extremely important that we need to talk about, that we need to discuss. And how do we handle that? How do we as Christians, how do we handle ourselves on social media? Because it's important. And I think the Bible has something to say about that. I'm a pastor, so I think the Bible has something to say about almost everything. So we're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 12. I'm just going to read a few verses, then we'll get right into it. It's Matthew chapter 12, and I'm reading verses 33 through 37, so just 4 verses. And this is Jesus, and he's talking to the Pharisees. He says, either make the tree good and its fruit good, or make the tree bad and its fruit bad. For the tree is known by its fruit. You brood of vipers, how can you speak good when you are evil? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The good person out of his good treasures brings forth good, and the evil person out of his evil treasure brings forth evil. I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give account for every careless word that they speak. So here you have Jesus talking to the Pharisees. The Pharisees at the time were the religious leaders. They were people that you would look at and like, they got it all together. They know who God is. They are going to make it to heaven one day. If you looked at them, these are the Pharisees. But what Jesus is saying to them is that your words betray you, because the way you speak actually reflects on your heart. And so the Pharisees were talking to Jesus, and they were accusing Jesus of doing something that he didn't do. But at the same time, they're trying to lead the people away from Jesus. So Jesus confronts them and he says, you brood of vipers. You act like you do all these good things, but your words betray you. Because for out of the abundance of the heart, so what's in your heart comes out of your mouth. What does that have to do with social media? I'm glad you asked. So for what comes out of your heart, you post it on social media. If you're frustrated, you post a frustrated post, or you take a frustrated picture. If you're upset, you might say something about that. If you disagree with somebody's post on social media, you might jump on there and you might be angry. It can ruin your entire day. So you might not be communicating face to face, but you're still letting what's in your heart come out. So how do you handle that? How do you handle that as a Christian? Well, I think there's a couple of things that we need to do. So the first thing we need to do is we need to be cautious. You see, when we're on social media, you're not as anonymous as you think. You don't really get to hide behind the keyboard. When you post something on the internet, it's there forever. You think you deleted it, but there's always a way to pull it up. There's always a way for it to come back to find you. So when you decide to put something or post something on Instagram, or you might do a Snapchat, or whatever you decide to post on social media, you need to be cautious. You have to be careful. It's important because it does two things. One, it follows you forever. And two, it's a representation of who you are. So if you are telling people that you're a Christian, if you are trying to represent Christ in front of them, the same thing needs to be done on your social media posts, because you cannot separate the two. Who you are in person is actually who you are on social media as well. So you need to be cautious. And I know there are a lot of hot button issues and things that you want to comment on and things you want to post on. And these are times where you need to slow down, take a breath, and think if you should actually respond to it, or if you should actually post it. Now, I'm speaking to myself on this one because my wife gets on me all the time, because I am one of those persons that like to respond, and sometimes I respond way too fast without thinking about it. And then once it's out there, I can't take it back. I can apologize, I can be sorrowful about it, but it's out there. And it's not just out there for the person to see, it's out there for everybody to see. And if they don't know the conversation, if they don't know the context, they can get the wrong idea about me. And it's not their fault, it's my fault, because I was too quick to respond. So we have to be cautious about what we post on social media, especially right now. People are looking all over social media. They're looking for encouragement, they're looking for hope, they're looking for something to grasp on. And so if they're scrolling through social media and they see something funny or something weird that you post that you would never say in person or do in person, that speaks a lot about you. So you have to be cautious of what you post. And secondly, we should be mindful. So social media is great. I love social media. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should. I think it's hilarious. I post funny stuff all the time. Sorry, that was a shameless plug for me. I like more followers. What can I say? But you have to be mindful, because it is beneficial to have social media, but at the same time, there are traps to social media. Case in point, anxiety is on the rise because of social media. Because people are comparing themselves to what they see on social media to what they're actually experiencing in real life. But on social media, you can airbrush it, you can crop it, you can cut it, you can make it look the way you want it to look. And so if you're comparing yourself to what you see on social media, you're comparing against a fake image, a fake picture, a fake post. It's not real. People are only posting what they want you to see. They're not posting what's actually going on in their life. They're just posting what they want you to see. Which leads me to the next thing. So there are a lot of clout chasers out there. And if you don't know what clout is, it's you trying to get recognition for something. That's what it is. And so you might post something that you might think is provocative. You might post something that's not normally like you just to get likes. Do you know that Instagram is actually considering taking away the like button because of the addiction to likes? There are people that commit suicide because they don't get enough likes. There are people that are extremely depressed because they don't get enough likes. So we have to be mindful. Even though social media is a great tool, I love social media. I'm probably on there way more now than I should be, but I'm stuck at home, so what are you going to do? Stay tuned. I might do a TikTok dance. It could be fun. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But seriously, though, we have to be mindful about what we post on social media. And we have to be mindful of what we look at on social media and what we try to compare ourselves to on social media. It's fine looking at it, but you have to remember that it's not real. It's only what people want you to see. You don't get to see behind the scenes. You don't get to see behind the picture of what's going on. You only see what's the front. And that's what Jesus is actually saying to the Pharisees. You're showing this picture on the front. You're showing them this beautiful picture, and on the outside, it looks great. But on the inside, you're a whitewashed tomb. He was saying you're dead on the inside. It looks great on the outside. But why don't you show them what's behind it? Because out of the abundance of your heart, your mouth speaks. So if you are saying that you're a Christian, if you're proclaiming Christ, be careful what you post on social media. Be mindful of it. Be cautious of it. Because in the end, it's going to represent who you are. And even if you delete it, it can come back to haunt you, no matter what you say. You can't get rid of it. So how do we use social media then? So these are the things that we should be mindful of about social media. So what do we do with social media? Number one, be yourself. Be who you are. You don't have to be super spiritual on social media. You be who you are. If you're truly a Christian, then that will flow through your social media. You'll post those things that represent who you are. Number two, it's great for helping people. Especially right now, we can't really be face to face. We can't get around the people that we love and the people we want to talk to. Social media is a great tool for that. So if you know somebody that's suffering, somebody that's hurting, somebody that needs encouragement, reach out to them. There are great things that we can do through social media. Social media is not an evil tool. It's what we do with it. And as a Christian, you have to be mindful of what you do, what you represent, and who you are. Because at the end of the day, you're saying that you represent Christ. You're representing Jesus Christ, the God of the universe. And if you're representing him, people are going to pay attention. Whether you think so or not, they're looking at you, they're watching you. So be careful what you post. But when you do post, give God glory for it. It's okay that you get likes. It's okay that people like your photos. It's okay to put your best foot forward. But it becomes a problem when that's all you do. That's all you show, that's all you represent. That you wake up in the morning and that's all you think about. You go to sleep at night, that's all you think about. How many likes did I get? How many responses did I get? Did they like my photo? Maybe I should take it down and post another photo. That's when it's a problem. So during this time while we're stuck in quarantine and We have endless amount. I don't want to say endless amount of times. We have a lot more time on our hands than we used to have. I know we're spending a lot more time on social media. So be mindful, be cautious, and be sure that you're representing Christ in all that you do. Let me pray. Lord, I thank you for such an opportunity that even though we are apart, we are able to meet together. I thank you that you have been gracious to us and merciful to us. I thank you for the tool of social media, that we're able to connect with friends and family and to laugh and to be joyful and to help. And I thank you, God, that you've allowed us to live in such a time as this where we get to use all of this technology and at the same time we can glorify who you are. So I pray today, Lord, that as we are going about our day, as we're doing our daily things, and as we post on social media, and as we interact on social media, that we remember first and foremost that we represent you. And I pray that we represent you well. Because at the end of the day, you say that we're going to give an account for what we say and what we do. So when we look back, I want to be sure that we are glorifying you. Because in the end, that's what matters. That you are glorified in all that we do, in all that we say, in all that we post, and how we interact and how we treat people, that you are glorified. It's in your name we pray. Amen. So look, guys, I'm so excited that you did join us. We did not post a game last week because I had a crazy idea. So the new idea going forward is every Wednesday night, I will be announcing the winner. So starting tonight, we're posting something new on Instagram. So if you're not following us on Instagram, make sure that you're following us. It's Orlando North Students on Instagram. And so the first one is pretty easy. It's going to be a drawing. So once you get on Instagram, go to our page. There's going to be a post, and it's going to have a get to know you post. And it's going to get to know you through, what was it?
Gifts.
Thank you. I forgot. We're going to get to know you through gifts. And so once we get those, we're going to make a drawing, and the winner is going to be announced next Wednesday at 7 o'clock. So make sure that you're here. Make sure that you join us. We've had 2 giveaways so far. One was a $20 gift card to Amazon, and one was pizza delivered straight to your house. So who knows what the next one is going to be. So be sure that you're following us on Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram and you want to participate, make sure you put that in the comments, and we will figure out how to get that to you, because we want everybody involved. And until next time, we love you guys. We're praying for you guys. Cannot wait to see you guys again. Until then, be safe. In Jesus' name. Love you. Bye.
Bye.